In this lesson, you're going to generate branded product visuals on autopilot. And for this, we're going to run the product shot generator skill. And here's exactly how it works. First, we're going to pick the images that inspired us. So for example, every great product shot we have scrolled past, every competitor campaign we have liked, or even every Pinterest post we have saved. That's a creative brief hiding inside that image. And our skill will analyze the reference and will generate your version with your product and your brand. As a result, we have a finished visual in our style. I would say, let's get started. As you guys can see, we're back inside of our PYNK creative ecosystem and we have already set up our brands. So on the one hand side, we got PYNK with all the product images, and also we have generated some clean studio shots as well. Also, we got our luxury skincare brand from Japan, Tatcha, with all the product images. We got some skin creams, a rice wash, as well as we have some clean product shot generated as well. So we're ready to go, and I will now run the product shot generator skill, and we will basically have two paths we can choose from. So first of all, we have the recreate path. It will use our product and place it directly into the same composition, same camera angle, same lighting, same surface. So the scene stays, but our product is swapped in. But the true power is in the second path, the recompose path. Claude will read the reference and will rebuild the scene from scratch around our product. It will analyze the lighting, the color grade, the mood, and what our product and our brand is about. It will then reconstruct it so our product and branding are fully integrated. As a result, we have a finished visual in our style. I will show you everything of both paths so you know exactly how it works. First, we're gonna go with Tatcha step by step, and then we're gonna use it on our brand PYNK and we're gonna generate brand visuals at scale. So we're gonna use multiple references and get multiple outputs in one session. By the end, you will know the full process and how to use it at volume. Quick heads up, all the skill files from this video are available inside PYNK Society, along with the full Claude Code creative ecosystem we have built at my AI studio PYNK, including step-by-step guides for every skill, so feel free to check it out. It's the first link below. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's close up this image right here, and then we're gonna go inside of our Claude Code session and gonna run the /product shot generator skill, hit enter, and it's now gonna scan for existing brands. So it will now identify Tatcha and PYNK, as we can see right here. So in our case, we're gonna go with Tatcha first. Let's hit enter, and it's now gonna scan for existing images. So in our case, it has already found the studio shot, which I just showed you a second ago, which was the rice wash right here. So let's say studio shot, and it knows exactly what to move forward with. So in the next step, it's now gonna ask for references. In our case, we haven't set up anything. So what it will do now, it has generated a folder, which is called scene references right here. And it will tell us to put in our visual reference we wanna basically use as inspiration, to put it inside of the folder. So yeah, it will ask us to let it know once we have inserted it. So let's go to our desktop right here. I have prepared already a visual right here, which I think looks pretty cool. It's like a 3D grab of like a skincare product. In this case, I think it's even a sunscreen, but that doesn't matter. It's like a cool shot I want to recreate on our own product. So what I'm going to do now is going to go inside of our PYNK creative ecosystem right here, going to navigate to brands, then I'm going to navigate to Tatcha, and then I'm going to go inside our newly created product shot folder, which it has generated for us. And inside of it, it has already generated our scene reference folder. So let's go inside of it, and then we can just take our reference right here and put it inside. Now we can use it inside of our project. So let's head inside our Claude Code session again and tell it it's done, the reference was inserted. So it will now scan for the references and probably will identify our 3D grab idea. So as you guys can see, it has already found the product. So now it will ask us for which path we want to go for. So in our case, I want to move forward with a recreate path because I think this is a cool example to start with. And afterwards, of course, we're also going to use the recompose path where the true power will come. More and more visual as well. So let's go with the recreate path in this case. Let's hit enter, and it will basically write the full prompt for us for the recreation. It will also give us the chance to make some adjustments when it comes to formatting. We can add some additional notes. So in this case, it would go with an aspect ratio of 4:5 by default. And yeah, as you guys can see, it will save that output to our project folder. So I would say in our case, I don't have any specific notes, but I would, for example, prefer a 1:1 output. And yeah, I think that's it. So I will tell it go ahead, and it will just ask us for the permission to now send it off via the fall API, and will generate the image in just a second. So as you can see, it's now asking for the permissions. Let's hit enter and let's look at the result together. As you guys can see, it has now saved our generation to the product shot folder inside of Toucher. So if you're gonna take a look to the left to the Explorer, we go inside of the Toucher folder and we now have a product shot folder it has generated for us. So let's take a look inside of it and you will see we have our scene references. So this was the original photo we gave it. And now below that we have our generation. So as we can see, it has now swapped in our product. And I think output looks pretty cool. Like text rendering, I would say, is pretty much on point. If you're gonna zoom in a little bit, like branding stayed perfectly, rendered the product. Yeah, awesome. I really like the output. I would say it's a very basic skill. It's just swapping in the product, but exactly for mood boarding, it's amazing. You can basically look how your product will look in certain scenes. You can generate a whole mood board for your clients as well in like seconds, because you could give it multiple references, run them at once, but I will show you that later. So this is the first step. Now it asks us, how do we like it, right? It's asking us to take a look at the output and ask us if you want to keep it, if you want to regenerate it or adjust it. So I would say I want to now show you the second path, which is the recompose path. So I'm going to tell it I want to adjust. So it's now going to ask me what I want to change about it, and I will just tell it that I want to go with the second option, the recompose path. So yeah, it asks us what we like to change. So we can either make a specific request if you now maybe want to change the background color or something like that. We can also change the aspect ratio, for example, if we have something different in mind, or want to also post this to our socials. So let's go with 9:16, for example, or we can switch our mode to recompose. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. So I'm going to tell it recompose, and it will basically give me the option to now choose the second path. And it will now read both images, as you guys can see. So it will analyze, first of all, the reference picture we have gave it. So let's take a quick look at this one as well. We go into scene references right here, the 3D grab. It will take a look, and it will also take a look at our studio shot, right? So it will take a look at the rise wash, how it's structured, what color does it have, and it will take all of that and write an, I would say, very long image generation prompt and tries to now reconstruct the scene of the reference image, but with our own brand in it. In our case, I would just say, go ahead. And it will start off with a generation for us. As we can see, it has now also saved our recompose shot. So it's again in the product shot folder inside of Toucher. So let's take a look at the Explorer, go inside of the product shots, go to the rise wash. And as we can see, now we have our recomposed shot. So if you maybe just compare it to the original one in the beginning, we had like this European model grabbing to that with the pink outfit, blue background. And now if we look at our recomposed shot, we can see we now have a Japanese model with a purple linen dress inside of a purple room. And yeah, I think it's a pretty cool way of generating those visuals. And in the time this one was generating, I also went again in our product images folder of Toucher, took the dewy skin cream and also told it to recreate this shot for the dewy skin cream, and the result is also in our product shot folder under Toucher dewy skin cream right here. And if you take a look at this one, I think it also turned out pretty cool. And also to give you guys some insights on how this works, I have told it to show us the full prompt right here. So in order to create these images like this one or this one, for example, it will always use a 4-layer prompt structure. And it will start off with the layer 1, which is the style descriptor. And this uses 3 resources. We have our inspiration image as a visual anchor. Then we have our product images, which get analyzed by Claude Code to the deepest when it comes to text, when it comes to the colors. So it can perfectly render that into the new image. Based of that, it will write this full style descriptor, which starts like wide angle fisheye lens in a fully enclosed box room, which it basically got from that 3D grab in the beginning. And then it goes on with like wall, ceiling and floor are all rendered in the deep imperial blue purple color, as we can see right here. Then in the second layer, it will go over into the product analysis. So as you guys can see, it has like this soft lavender color locked. It has the Toucher logo locked as well. And yeah, all of it is basically written, so we get 100% consistency when it comes to the product inside of our new generation. And then third one is the placement. This is something we gave a special part to it because that's something usually image models can break. So we have a whole section dedicated just for telling it where to place the product so it looks naturally integrated. And finally, we have some product protection layer as well, so it will really stay 100% consistent. So in the next step, I want to show you how you can utilize this recompose path to generate product visuals at scale. So I would say, let's get started with this one. So now in order to show you the true power of the product shot generator, I have gathered together a lot of soda can ads like these, or these, and we're now going to take all of them and put them inside of our PYNK creative ecosystem. Before we do that, we're just going to head back inside of our Claude Code session right here. We're going to run the product shot generator again. It's going to be the same workflow. It's now gonna scan for existing brands. We're gonna move forward this time with PYNK and our energy drink brand. That's also why I picked those ad references. So let's say PYNK right here, and it will now ask us which photo or product it should use. So it checks for the studio shots again. So if you take a look, that is exactly this one right here we have generated previously. So we're gonna tell it, go ahead, this one, perfect, as a reference. And now it will also check for reference pictures. As you will see, it will not find anything yet. So it will now generate the folder right here. We can see product shot right here. It has now generated a scene reference folder. So we can now go back to our desktop, open our PYNK creative ecosystem, go inside of our folder PYNK, move to product shots. And inside of product shots, we now find the scene references right here, go inside of that folder. And now we're just gonna take all of these reference visuals. We don't even have to name them. It will all be indexed for us. The system takes care of this. So let's put them in here and we go back inside of our Claude Code session. I'm gonna tell it it's done. It's now gonna read all of these images. It's gonna analyze them. It's gonna index them and then gonna ask us which one we wanna move forward with. And in this case, we really wanna make a full batch of product visuals. So I'm gonna tell it all of them. So we have 10 scene references available. Which one we wanna use? As I said, all of them. Let's go ahead and we can again choose which part we want to go for. In this case, we're going to go with the recompose again. I'm going to tell it that. And yeah, basically it's going to take over from here. It's going to write all the image generation prompts. And I would say we look at the results together. All right, I'm back. I actually had some meetings as well as I had dinner. So now let's see what Claude Code did in the background. As we can see, it has done all 10 of the generations. So I would say let's take a look straight into our product shot folder and take a look at the generations. So we got a PYNK being pulled out of the jeans. We got a PYNK energy drink held up in the sky. We got someone with some CGI flowers, whatever. We have some, yeah, again, holding it in the air. What else do we have? So this one I think looks pretty cool. It's like the PYNK energy drink on an island. Cool visual. We have some more cans stacked onto each other. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, this one, my favorite. What else do we got? Yeah, that's it actually. But yeah, you can see you can really generate some really cool product visuals by using the product shot generator skill. And yeah, I would say really cool demonstration of what you can do with Claude Code and combining it with some creative AI skills. All right, that was the product shot generator skill. You now have a system that creates branded visuals on autopilot with your product, your colors and your style. And the best part, we did not write a single line of prompt. You can either use the recreate path when you create something with compositional fidelity, or you can use the recompose path when you want to create something original. Collect more references and you get an output at scale. If you enjoyed this video and want to run the system yourself, all the skill files from this video are inside PYNK Society, along with the full Claude Code creative ecosystem. You get step-by-step guides for every single skill, a full setup walkthrough, and access to live calls in the community where we keep you ahead of the creative AI space and show you how to build your own AI creative studio. Everything is in the first link below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers!